Is Nikola Jokic really a bad defender as critics labeling him all the time? The statistics say hell no, and in this video we bring some proof that Nikola Jokic is way better on the defensive end than you think. Steph Curry and LeBron James are the two remaining pillars of the old NBA that are still standing tall to this day, while playing at a high level. I mean, no disrespect to Bron and Steph, but the Joker has completely owned these future Hall of Famers since the 1st of January 2023. Whether it's about the playoffs or just a regular season game, Jokic is 6-0 versus the King, while averaging an insane stat line of 27.3 points on 51, 47, 92 shooting splits, while grabbing 14 rebounds, dishing out 11 assists, and registering 1 steal and 1.5 blocks a ball game. And more recently, the Joker spoiled the Lakers' celebration when he dropped 35, 10, and 7 in the game where LeBron achieved the 40k point milestone. Meanwhile, Jokic is also having a field day whenever he faces Steph and his crew from the Bay Area, averaging 29.8 points on 58.8% shooting from the field, 85.1% from the foul line, 13 rebounds, and 2 steals in 5 games. And this includes the Nuggets' crazy comeback win where Jokic hit an even crazier game-winning shot to stun the Warriors crowd.
Jokic has it. Clock ticks, gotta put one up. Jokic for the win. Oh, it's good!
Well, aside from that game, Jokic also had a ton of big game performances that tend to get overlooked, because the media aren't talking much about it anymore since they are already fed up of how great he is. And even if the so-called analysts continues to build this narrative against the Joker, real basketball fans know that he's still in the running for MVP once again this season, despite the Jokic naysayers and haters telling otherwise. Like, against Houston 2 months ago, Jokic put up 36 points, 21 rebounds, and 11 assists on 50% shooting from the field without missing any freebies. Then, 6 days before that matchup, the Joker led the Nuggets in an 18-point win against Zion and the Pelicans, where he tallied his 108th triple-double of his career, with 35 points, 14 rebounds, 12 assists along with a steal and a block on 62.5% shooting. Now, fast forward early this month, the Joker once again torched Steph and the Warriors in a different game, but this time it was more devastating, as he put up monstrous numbers. 39 points, 16 rebounds, 16 assists, along with 4 steals and a block. And lastly, versus Wemby and the Spurs on November 26th. Jokic had another solid outing when he flirted with a triple-double of 39 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists on 58.6% shooting. I mean, to say that he's putting up video game numbers is actually a bit of an understatement, because no matter how good you are in 2K, you can't just replicate what Jokic has been doing in real life, unless you configure the settings to rookie mode or have the sliders all maxed out. Anyway, aside from the Jokic is not my MVP narrative being peddled by some media men, there's also been another narrative that's been attached with the Joker ever since he played in the NBA, and that is, Nikola Jokic is a bad defender. People on YouTube and Reddit have been saying this about the Joker for years already. But see, while the eye test doesn't really favor Jokic on this take, the numbers, however, tell a different story. I mean, ever since he's first stepped foot in the NBA, Jokic has never averaged a defensive rating above 110, which means that he's actually not that bad of a defender as most people paint him to be. And if you take a look at his defensive performance this season, he's actually better than players who people label as defensive centers, like Bam Adebayo and Anthony Davis, as he's currently ranked 7th in terms of defensive rating. And aside from this, the Joker is also doing pretty well on other advanced defensive metrics. Now, you must be thinking, how is it possible that a guy who moves slower than a snail and can't jump over a dollar bill is at the top of the defensive pecking order in the NBA right now? Well, he may not have a single athletic bone in his body, which he could have used in defending. Jokic does have a godlike basketball IQ on one hand, and just like how he'd utilize it on the offensive end, he also uses that same IQ in reading plays of the opposing teams, which then helps him out in anticipating for steals and forcing turnovers. Here's a great example. The Warriors' bread and butter play has always been the split action. It usually starts with an entry pass to Draymond at the block. Then the other big, which is TJD in this instance, can set a back pick to free up the shooter or make the split by setting a fake screen, then diving inside to create some sort of diversion. But see, after facing the Warriors numerous times already, Jokic already knows what the Warriors are about to do, and read the play like a book. Here's another one. The Hawks run a light brush screen play for AJ Griffin with Okongwu playing as the screener. Now, by simply glancing over the situation, Jokic already knows what the Hawks will do next. Anyway, people also think that Jokic is a horrible defender on ball screen actions, which is why they consider him as a bad rim protector. However, the reality is, although he has slow feet, Jokic knows how to properly position himself right in between the ball handler and the roll guy to prevent lobs or any easy 2 points. I mean, Trae Young sets a two-man game here with Capella. Instead of dropping all the way back, Jokic lunges forward. And as you can see, Jokic was able to shut down the passing angle of Trae by pressuring him, along with the backside help coming from KCP. And this allows Murray to bother Capella just enough to prevent an easy alley-oop. The Nuggets' incredible coordination and chemistry on the defensive end has definitely helped Jokic to become a great defensive player. But see, even on an individual level, the Joker can hold his own by using his smarts and instinct alone. So here's the super athletic Isaiah Rivers attacking the baseline. After passing through MPG, Jokic clenched his fist as if he was going to contest his shot. However, he's just faking all along, and when Rivers went for the reverse, Jokic just easily blocked his shot using his 5-inch vertical. Now the same thing almost happened in this play right here. Bridges engages on a side pick and roll with Nick Richards. With full steam ahead, Jokic baited Richards into jumping, but this time around he went low and used his quick hands to swipe the ball away from him. And check this out. This is basically a 4-on-1 fast break attack with Jokic being the only guy holding the fort for the Nuggets. But somehow, he was able to force a miss by simply hustling back and being active before Bruce Brown finally cleaned up the mess. Anyway, as you saw in the previous clips, the eye test proves that Joker is not a defensive liability by all means, and the numbers also back up that he's actually playing defense at an elite level this season, despite his quote-unquote physical limitations, as some people would say. The chances of Nikola Jokic bagging the MVP for the third time has become more realistic than ever thanks to his much improved defense. And this could be the endgame for other teams, since there's just no way they could stop the Joker from absolutely dominating on both ends of the floor. Anyway guys, what's your take on Jokic's defense, and is he really a bad defender? Well, be sure to let me know your answer on this by dropping your comments below. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.